So good morning, everyone. I'm Dorina Kadar from University College London, and I'm working in English longitudinal study of aging with an interest in cognition and dementia. The first speaker for today is supposed to be Professor David Batty, which couldn't be here today, so he kindly provided with the slides which I'm going to go through and then move to my own slides on cognition and dementia. So we'll start with an overview of ELSA, the current plans, and some of the selected findings. So ELSA is a rich representative study of English population, started in 2002, and we currently have 8 completed waves of data. Every 4 years, we also have nurse visits, which were completed at wave 2, 4, 6, and 8. More than 5,000 people provided data on bloods, and at wave 8, only half of them provided data, and the rest of participants will be completed at wave 9. There is a lot of information about wealth, household income, psychosocial factors, education, psychological well-being, loneliness, cognition, and other health outcomes. For those of you who did not access the data yet and are interested to do so, this data is freely available through UK Data Archive. You just need to complete an account and you can download the data and the documentation available. So I also like to highlight to you that ELSA, in order to maintain its representability, we also have refreshment samples. These are at wave 3, 4, 6, 7, and at wave 9. In terms of biomarker, I highlighted that during the nurse visits at 2, 4, 6, and 8, we collect rich data on biomarker, physical capability measure, such as grip, chair rise, time work, standing, also blood pressure, inflammatory markers, C-reactive protein, fibrinogen, interleukin, and we have DNA samples provided. Wave 9 started in June 2018, and it's planned to be completed next year. We have nurse visit, as I mentioned, for only 50% of the sample. And what is new in ELSA, we have now a nutrition assessment. This is similar with what has been used in Nicola, and it's a self-completion. However, we use an Oxford Web questionnaire, which is also similar and comparable with UK Biobank, and provides a 24-hour recall. Participants are also provided with images and ask for specific items of food, how much they consume, and so on. Other items which are new at wave 9 and consider are food insecurity, expected retirement age, working beyond 70, citizenship, and we'll reintroduce some of the questions which were asked only once or twice during previous waves regarding religious attendance and time use. Advantages of ELSA are data linkage. We are connected to NHS Central Register. We have information on mortality, now updated up to 2017, and cancer incidence. We also just receive hospital episode statistics, genetic data, national insurance contribution, benefits, tax records, savings, private pensions. Some of the advantages of ELSA are the breadth of data rather than depth, multidisciplinarity, policy-oriented questions, and the data remains representative of general population since we are ensuring this refreshment sample are provided. There is a modest level of attrition, and data linkage provides another big advantage. We have repeated measure across older age with more than 16 years cover. Now I'm going to present some of the findings in English longitudinal study of aging, which David has prepared. Here, David and colleagues investigated the association between depressive symptoms and mortality across a full continuum of severity. We use CSD with 8 items, and here is presented the association with mortality. As you can see, the basic adjustments were done with age, sex, ethnicity. Second model is basic adjustment plus any chronic conditions, which are the black bars. And the white bars represent the final model, which includes basic adjustment, SES, living alone, antidepressant medication, and health behavior. And as you can see, there is a strong association with mortality and a dose response. This is an...
Which wave was it?
It's wave 3. And now, it's another paper which presents the longitudinal association between depressive symptoms and mortality, but taking into account the number of waves. So here they assess in how many waves people have been considered as having depressive symptoms, taking a cutoff point on CSD higher than 3. They ascertain mortality from linking the data with national register. So relative to those participants who never reported symptoms, the age and gender-adjusted hazard ratio for elevated depressive symptoms over 1, 2, and 3, 4 examination were higher in a dose-response manner. So this graded association can be explained largely by differences in perhaps physical activity, cognitive functioning, and functional impairments which they adjusted for. This table presents independent models for adjusted for age and sex, then a model adjusted for socioeconomic status, one for behavior, one for illness. As you can see, in this model, this dose response persists with a significant association between the number of waves with depression and mortality in ELSA. However, when they included in the final model all covariates, this association has been explained. Here he prepared for you a number of papers which also present a number of associations using English longitudinal study of aging, which you are free to look closer to. And this is a slide which presents the number of ELSA publications overall since 2003. For future, the current funding it's until 2020 in ELSA, with NIA and government departments funding, and application for waves 10 and 11 are not yet submitted, with wave 10 planned to be completed this year. And we are very hopeful that this will be approved. So that's it from David.